Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, down here at Prime Time today, getting a look at the new 25MKB. Yeah, you know me. This is a sister to the 25MKO. They're effectively the exact same footprint, but it's got a decent camp kitchen. We have an enclosed heated belly private bedroom, also a shocking amount of counter space because they kind of double dipped countertop and dining in a little bit different, unique way. This floor plan was really built based on feedback from people saying, you know, we want a bunkhouse, but we have no use for a traditional dinette. Now, that doesn't describe everyone. They have plenty of other floor plans with bunks and a normal dinette, but this one comes in a little bit different. One of the really cool things here is not only is this the updated 25 version and a new floor plan at that, they make a sister to this called the 25MKO. I already have footage of it. If you've ever watched one of these videos and said, it's great, but I have no need for bunks, that's wasted, useless space, they made a second version of this that actually has a dedicated office desk space and a huge closet that is prepped for combo or stackable washer dryer. So it's like a Burger King camper that you get to have your way, but they put a slightly different model number designator on it to make it easier to understand which one you're looking at. It's not optional, it's just two different layouts right here. And I kind of like how manufacturers are starting to listen and finally starting to apply some of the things people have been asking for years. And if you like how we get you down here and get you a look at this, leave us a note, tell us thanks, hit subscribe if you like how we give you the fair and candid look at things as well. So when I think to my personal experience going through the comments section, especially the last couple years, it seems like anytime I post anytime I post a couples camper, I have people commenting and saying, why is it you don't post anything with bunks? And then anytime I post something with bunks, people say, that is absolute wasted space. Why do you keep posting these bunkhouses? So I guess I'm doing something right. I'm cheesing everybody off. I'm not sure. Anyway, what I want to get at here is this RV lets you choose your adventure. By the 25MKB that we are looking at right now has dedicated double over double bunks with just kind of a little, I could call that like a little pet palace storage pocket down below. However, the 25MKO sister, exact same living room, bathroom, bedroom, everything. They made a second version of this camper where what they did is they removed the bunks, added some storage, added a dedicated desk space, and added dedicated washer dryer hookups back here with just a whole bunch of extra storage to it. So it's a little uncommon for the RV industry, but they gave you two versions of the same layout. So if you don't like the bunks, well, then you don't have to get them. But if you want some dedicated sleeping space, you have that capacity available. It's two different models. They're almost the exact same weight, almost the exact same cost. It's just you get to pick your floor plan, which is kind of a rare, interesting, but kind of cool opportunity in the RV industry. Theater seat over here, I'm pretty sure they have a hide-to-bed swaption. We'll get back to that in just a minute. I do want to mention, this RV by default has a single centralized air conditioner, but you do have the choice of going to a second air. Even this 25MKB is 50 amp service standard, meaning if you want to add a second air conditioner, you can. From the factory, you can get it built with a second air installed up in the bedroom. It's a 13,500 BTU. It is non-ducted, but it is available. And I am curious to know what you think about this. Again, this floor plan was built based on consumers saying, we need sleeping space, but we don't want a dinette. And that doesn't work for everybody, but that's how this one was made. And they still have other things with dinettes, of course. But they went with that sort of exaggerated breakfast bar with, the four stools, because there's actually another stool around the backside of the U station right there. You've got the flip-up extension if you need it, so you can kind of have a little more, a little less floor space depending on what you want. And it is a little bit shallow when you're over there all the way by the wall, so that might be one of the little kid stations. But other than that, these actually have pretty decent legroom. And what's kind of nice for me, I hate feeling boxed in, blocked in. Like there's some times where I'm like, all right, too many people around, I have to move. There's actually sometimes like when I'm waiting to get off an airplane, I'm not one of the people that always just stands up right away. Sometimes I got to stretch my legs. I get it. And I'm not judging other people. I'm just saying that's not me. But there's some times where it's like, I have to start doing some deep breathing exercises because my anxiety starts flickering up. If I just feel like I can't move because there's people in the way, I don't like it. I don't like it. I know there's nothing wrong. The logic side of my brain is like, you will live, I assure you. But it just, it gets me kind of triggered up a little bit here. Let's talk about this pantry and refrigerator. When they first built the first prototype of this, they had them slid backwards about 6 inches. Problem is, you had to duck in the slide to get to the fridge. Do you prefer them surface mounted like this? I will also mention they do include some outside storage behind those as well. They did a good job not wasting that potential space. Another thing that's really cool about a stick and tin camper like this is where it allows them to put the household outlets. Now, the outlet over there by the sink, that's a hollow interior wall, so any manufacturer could have done that. But putting outlets right over here by countertop level, that's something that you can't get away with normally, easily, on a laminated RV. The TV doesn't pivot around, but does it need to? I don't know. Here, let me plop down over here at the theater seat. And, on a rainy day, if you are stuck inside, that's what you're looking at right there. Another thing to kind of consider is, depending on where you're sitting, especially that seat right there, you could probably see things well. Now, to be fair, if someone's sitting on that stool, they are absolutely in the way of the people at the theater seat. I'm not saying this is a perfect home entertainment experience, but it's a Bunkhouse camper. Oh, I just clocked my head in the slide standing up, so don't do what I did. Ooh, that felt good. You know what you people with hair don't realize? How hair acts like an early warning collision detection system so you don't clock your noggin inside of stuff. That's actually the origin of the poof ball caps. They provided those to sailors in things like submarines, or you have a lot of low clearance and tight spaces so that they didn't stand up too quick and cold cock themselves while they're out to sea, But when you don't have hair, like me, you lose your early warning detection system. You also lose your collision buffer. So I end up with a lot of gouges in my head when it comes to peak recording season like it is right now. Household and USB outlets on both sides of the bed. Now that I'm looking at them, my personal opinion, I don't like their location. I think I'd prefer them either in the wall or up in the headboard. What do you like? Do you like them where they're at, or would you like them moved up beside the bed a little bit? That is super friendly for side sleepers, by the way. If you like to kind of sling your arm off the side of the bed, that's very side sleeper friendly. That's kind of a tricky thing to find sometimes. Not a lot of RVs do that very well. I also want to give them credit that they gave us a full overhead cabinet and not just the cheaper shelf, And if I don't show you the fact that there are TV hookups around the corner, then someone's going to just assume that they don't have them, even though it absolutely does. Also, what do you think about what they're doing here in terms of underbed storage? So if I pop that open, instead of gas struts, they have like a prop rod. And the thing with that prop rod is it allows them, like you could put a heavier duty aftermarket mattress in this thing, and you could still have the bed sticking up. Now you would have to still physically lift the mattress with no strut assist. So I can see it both ways. I think in a perfect world, we'd have both struts and a prop rod, but it seems like manufacturers only want to do or and not and. Which way do you think is the best? By the way, wait a minute. I was about to close the slide for road mode. I haven't shown you all the kitchen storage. Oops! Okay, well, I'm glad we remember that now. Let's, where do we want to begin? Well, I'm standing right here. Let's go ahead and crack everything open here. Plenty of drawer space. I can't remember. I don't think they're adopting any sort of soft close drawers or anything on this. I think I'm mixing up some Tracer stuff and some Avenger stuff. Every now and then I'll get things jostled around because I've just looked at a lot of RVs very, very quickly. But that is a 12-volt compressor fridge. Do you prefer the freezer on top and the single big fridge door below, or do you like it with the double door fridge on top and the freezer below? I haven't seen a lot of manufacturers do that. It feels more residential to me. I don't know that it's necessarily more functional, but it might actually be a little bit more efficient and effective at helping protect, so you don't end up with ice cream soup, although 12-volt compressor fridges tend to be pretty good about that anyway. Now, I've got myself into a little bit of a pickle where I'm standing, and I'm going to close the slide for road mode, and I'll show you what I mean. Because this is a big, deep rack and pinion slide. Rack and pinions are excellent for long depth slides, very heavy weight slides, so if you really load the pantry and the fridge, you're going to be good here. But it comes right up next to these extended kitchen bars. Now, if you want to get where I'm standing or get out of here, you either got to boot scoop butt slide across that thing, or you got to army crawl your way out from under it. Now, what I'm wondering here is, can we get to the fridge closed up? First of all, keeping in mind, to get to the fridge with the slide closed, you either have to open it partially, which is okay on a rack and pinion, or you got to crawl. Both are not awesome options. This is not a perfect road mode RV. This door is blocked by the countertop. If I get you a little bit better look here, I think you get the idea. But this door, we can get to. So again, it's not ideal, it's not perfect, but if you're in an absolute pinch situation, you could make a sandwich on the road if you really had to. And just to kind of complete the road mode footage here, let's say you were by the fridge and you army crawl through the this RV is an obstacle course when it's closed up, isn't it? In case you're curious, yeah. Without ever touching the slide, you can open and close the bathroom door. So at least that's easy. Oh, I missed these before. USB plugs for the bunks, and there's our weight rating, 250 pounds. Now, as we take a look at the weights and measures here, if you have a late model tow package half-ton pickup, this one will probably be okay for you, especially if you're kind of fairly local and or flat landing, if you're not looking at getting into any kind of really extreme winds or anything like that. If you're going to go through those, you might want to step up to a 3/4. The holding tank capacities on this are not massive. Like, this camper is not made with the idea of being a big-time boondock beast, brother. As I think Hulk Hogan would say. We're looking at one of the few options that are available on this, the power stabilizer. So if you prefer everything to be push-button simple, you don't like manual cranks, you have that. It is forced air heated underneath, by the way. And back here, right past the tankless on-demand water heater, which I don't love the water heater located over here on the camp side of the RV, because even in spring, summer, fall, when you're over here under the awning, you may still have a hot touch surface next to you, but I don't really know where else you can put it on this floor plan. Under the kitchen, they had just a chunk of space, and they didn't want to waste it. And I could see that being very handy for things like the your picnic table stuff. Now, normally I would say that could be really handy for like a griddle or a grill or something like that, but this is the bunk model, the MKB. So it comes standard with a handy dandy little mini camp kitchenette over here, Dad's medicine cabinet, and the little outside grill. Now, it doesn't have any kind of sink, because camp kitchens, they used to have lots of sinks and they were really good, and it's like camp kitchens just keep getting smaller and scaled back. Like, it seems like it just keeps happening, and a lot of brands will do like the cold water sprayer port like you're looking at there. Now, this does have a fully walkable roof. I'm a little surprised that it doesn't at least have that prep bracket for like one of the telescopic removable ladders. Oh, hold on, hold the phone. Apparently this in the proto phase just didn't get one. I just looked over here at its 25MKO sister, which does have the telescopic ladder bracket. So pardon me, they have the same structure. This will be prepped and ready for a telescopic removable ladder. It will have the bracket on it. This specific camper I'm looking at simply does not. So kind of keep that in mind. Does this have a dual sewer outlet? Ah, son of a gun, it does. So this is your bathroom black and gray outlet up here as we work our way past the outside shower. When we get to the front of the slide, you'll see that this is going to be our kitchen gray outlet. So it is kind of a bummer for some folks that it's not cross-plumbed together. One of the cool things, though, is since they pulled the refrigerator and the pantry forward, they had extra space behind it. So they opened that up as an outside storage pocket, and I kind of like that. Now, you're seeing here what looks to be smoother, sleeker, kind of aluminum skim metal. That is what we call retro metal in the business. It is 30% thicker, and it actually has an anti-scratch coating factory standard on it. And that is what Avenger is going to be using for the 2025 season. If you have an absolute eagle eye, if you look over here at its sister, this is an earlier prototype where they had not yet adopted that new skin style. So this is what they had. That kind of 0.024 inch thinner Mesa crimped aluminum skin is going away. And this stuff right here that you saw in things like Riverside was using it for a while, Transcend has used it for quite a bit. A lot of manufacturers are now adopting this. So remember, if you like it, but you don't want to have to take out bunks to modify it to do something else for a non-bunkhouse purpose, they make a second version of that, the 25MKO. You can get this one either way. I like the 25MKO also for like pet camping, because you have an awesome rear corner there, just really perfect for like a big pet bed or pet kennel. Like if you've got a large dog, not just a little guy, or you actually, I just joked on thin air. Okay, well, if you have like a cat and you want to put like a whole cat play tree kind of corner up there to keep them occupied during the day while you're out and about, 25MKO is perfect. But if you got a couple kids or you want to work on filling them, the 25MKB is probably going to be the one for you. Either way, check the link in the video description. If we have one of these in stock, it'll be listed right on our website with pricing, and if we're sold out, call our team. We can get you some figures. We don't do hidden fees, by the way. We just do everything else. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.